to make it possible in your country. Yeah, with you. If you get a group together, we can do that very easily because the work's there. It just needs a bit of translation. And it's easy to do the PowerPoints on MP4 with PowerPoint. We've got this technology. It doesn't cost much to do it. We just need platforms. And hopefully we're going to be a great team and that we're all going to see you on board as supporting this, you know, as you would need to be in lectures in your country. And we as teams are able to support you, you know, to support you and help the development and it growing. For me, it's putting midwifery where it should be. Okay, is it
yes, we are with you. We are with full of expertise in midwifery and OB/GYN from Levy Excellence Center. We will be with you. Try to keep in touch, and we have another upcoming online courses tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and for our advanced midwifery course for 21st to 23rd December. We have another free aquanatal workshop for 8th December, and we keep in touch with you. We will provide you any training you need. Even if you want some clinical, practical midwifery training, we have a clinical internship in Georgia and in India. So you can improve your clinical skills with us, and always we can be together for different parts of the world. It was very fantastic. I didn't understand Anita is from China. Irene got it very fast. But Irene, are you agree to ask all of attendees to introduce themselves? We know that from which part of the world they are here. Are you agree?
Yes. I think we
yeah, let's go. If you can ask them to introduce themselves, please.
Yeah, we can put it on the chat. So okay, so we've got, is it Chris Borg? Chris Borg? How do I pronounce your name, Chris Borg? Is it, you have to say it to me, I can't pronounce it. Can you hear me? Can you put your, that's it. Hi. How do I pronounce your name, darling?
My name is Kristbjörg and I'm from Iceland.
From Iceland, wow.
And it's very interesting to listen because we have had like triple incidents of gestational diabetes in the last 10 to 15 years.
Yes.
And it's the midwives that do most of the teaching for the women during pregnancy with gestational diabetes. But it's also always good to have something new to teach. And I really like the videos for the women. I think it could help them understand better and have a deeper understanding of what the gestational diabetes is and how it works and what they need to do to keep their blood sugar levels low.
Absolutely. And I think again that, you know, and this is what it is. It's like it's missing in midwifery education. You know, we're not trained in those things, and it needs to come back. And the women are not trained, and unfortunately, women are not taught in schools how to self-care or diet. So a woman will come to the midwife, and then we have only got the 9 months of pregnancy, less than that, 8 months, less than 8 months to educate these women when a lot of the damage is already done. Yeah. So midwives have to do an amazing job to fix a lot of damage that's already there. But it's possible. I've turned it around so many times, you know, in women. So we can all work together, I hope, and make this global and make a real difference around the world. So who have we got? Gail, you want to say something?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I just want to say, when you were talking about midwives, I noticed myself up until I was 40, I was 120 pounds max. I became a midwife when I was 40. I got into stress, unusual hours, working on call 24/7, 365 days of the year because I was a home birth midwife. And I noticed with all my fellow midwives, that all of us started gaining weight, and we kind of figured it out. It was too many middle of the night pizzas because we were starving to death.
Yes.
Too many eating and snacking during the labors of carbohydrate stuff given to us by the parents to feed the midwives. And now we understand, but everybody used to say, you know, wait a minute, we're all gaining weight here, and yet we think we're working hard, we think we're eating right when we're conscious of it, but it was the subconscious eating in the middle of the night and the stress factors that led us all to gain weight.
I was the same. I went up to like 84 kgs, eating toast, snacking, people buying you cakes, when we grow up as kids, you only had your cake on a Sunday. We used to sit in the kitchen and we used to make the cakes on Saturday. And Sunday everyone would come and we would all eat some cake with our dinner, but we didn't have cake every day of the week. And now we're dealing with pregnant women who are having baby showers, and they're all eating all these sweet goodies and everybody's baking this wonderful cake. So I just teach women, if you're having a baby shower, get them to bring you healthy foods for the day. Do your carrot snacks and your hummus and things like that. We have to change this thinking of that all these sweet things are going to help us, because we do it, and especially when you're stressed. So what do? Students, what do you do when you're stressed? You're chomping at chocolate and candy bars and things like that to boost this energy, but it doesn't help. It just makes you more sick.
Well, I just think what us midwives, as they say, need, like you're saying, need to be paying attention, because otherwise we are all going to end up being old fat midwives. And who wants to be an old fat midwife?
And the thing is as well is, like, because we're not trained in that, midwives neglect themselves. I look after lots of midwives homeopathically and holistically, and the midwives don't know anything about their own body, and I'm saying, well, how can you teach women if you don't know anything about your own body?
You're right.
It's like we've got this cycle of it, just of ill health, of poor maintenance, and we have to turn all that around. So I can't talk with everybody tonight, but if you've got some chats or questions, you can just type them in the chat, and I can get through that. We've got another video. Well, actually, how many more videos have you got there for tonight? 1 or 2, Layla? You got 2 more? Okay, 1 more. Okay, so Layla's going to play 1 video, and then they're only very short ones, and then there's another one that I'll play from here. And this is like how we teach the women about monitoring their movements, and also like how the midwife assesses, but she actually communicates with the woman and identifies the issues. So Layla, can you put the next one on, darling? Lily? Is she there? We've lost her. Whoops, now I've lost all of you.
Nope, I can see you.
You can see me. I don't know what's happened to my video.
Which video you want to share now? Which one? Which part?
Put the I'll put you all back. You've got 1 more left, haven't you? On the there should be a monitoring growth, and one should be
monitoring. Yes. Okay, monitoring growth. Yeah.
So you've got monitoring growth, so we'll do that one, and then I've got 1 more on the movements. Okay.
Monitoring growth.
So you show the monitoring growth, and then we'll clip onto my share, and I'll put the other one on. Okay. It just takes a little while to load, so we have to be a bit patient. Okay, it's coming. Okay. Monitoring baby's growth during pregnancy. All pregnant women are concerned about baby's growth and well-being. Here you will learn about finding baby's position, monitoring baby's growth, what to expect at your prenatal visit, calculating your due date. This is only an estimate date. The normal length of pregnancy is 40 to 42 weeks. To calculate the due date, take the first day of your last menstrual period, add 9 months and 7 days. A baby born at 37 to 38 weeks isn't early any more than one born at 42 weeks is late. Chickens lay their eggs on the same day, and the eggs hatch at different times. There's no 100% way of knowing when your baby is going to arrive. In ancient times, women calculated their due date by looking at the moon. They would count the cycles of the moon. Once 10 periods passed by and the moon passed through 10 phases, the woman knew her baby would be born soon. Bedouin women would count 10 moons and 10 days, which comes to 41.3 weeks. She would take note of what phase the moon was in. Research tells us that your estimated due date should be closer to 41 weeks and 5 days. Women knew long before obstetric calendars when babies normally come. It's important that you don't get fixed on your due date. Eat a healthy diet. Produce a healthy baby that's proportionate in size to you, and your baby will arrive when both you and your baby are ready. Connect with your baby. Get to know baby's movements. And attend your prenatal clinics. If you are unsure about your last menstrual period date, a dating ultrasound is performed, and the most accurate time is between 11.5 and 12.5 weeks. It's important to understand your due date when monitoring your baby's growth. It's important to know your estimated due date if you have complications such as preterm birth, or your pregnancy needs to be induced for medical reasons. If we have an estimated due date, we can estimate the weeks by measuring the growth of your uterus, and we can tell if your baby is not growing. The midwives use abdominal palpation, where they feel your tummy to measure your fundal height. The fundal height is measured in centimeters from the pubic symphysis to the topmost part of your uterus, and it should measure according to your estimated due date. In the olden days, we used to use the finger method for measuring the fundal height. Your baby would be around 20 to 22 weeks at the level of the umbilicus. So your uterus measures a finger above the umbilicus by 24 centimeters by tape measure at 24 weeks. Measuring fundal height with fingers is not reliable, as some women have long waistlines and some women have shorter